Natalie's weather forecast.
And just about 6:09 is the time on your early Thursday evening. I'm meteorologist Jordan Reed. It's also not only Thursday evening, but it's also National Cookie Day. And so if you're looking for something to do inside tonight, maybe baking some warm cookies might be a good idea because it's going to be bitterly cold outside. Let's take a look at the next weather makers. Temperatures dipping into the negative single digits tomorrow morning, and especially as we head into the hill town. It's going to go well below zero there, even more so with the wind chill factored in. That's before another system arrives this weekend with some snow, and that ushers in some more colder air. That's a reinforcing shot of that cold air. Right now, downtown Utica, definitely a stark contrast to the snow squalls and snow showers that we had earlier today, but under mostly cloudy skies, 17 degrees is the current temperature. We're still dealing with a northwesterly wind at about 21 miles an hour, gusting to 31. There still will be gusts early this evening of 20 to 30 miles an hour, but as high pressure builds in, the winds will calm down a little bit, and it's making it feel like 0 degrees already in downtown Utica. If you caught the feels like map before the break, we've already got some towns up toward the north that are already into the single and double digits below zero. That's after starting the day with temperatures in the upper 20s to the lower and mid 30s. Unfortunately, I think that's the last that we're going to see of that for at least the next couple of days. And even that's below average for this time of year. That was before the front moved through, of course. Temperatures across the area right now with that northwesterly wind gusting 20 to 30 miles an hour in the single and double digits above zero. Many of us, as I mentioned, going to go below zero overnight tonight. And with that kind of cold, it won't take much wind in order for the wind chill factor to really set in. So we had gusts today, 20, 30, even 40 miles an hour at times. So they are at least diminishing from where they were, and they will continue to die down overnight. The other thing that will continue to die down is the lake effect snow showers and snow squalls, mainly to the south of the thruway, south of Oneida County. Those will come to an end within the next hour or two or three. And the reason for that is because the cold front is over the Catskills right now, but back toward the west, we do have high pressure building in from the Chicago area, and that'll be with us through the day tomorrow. So while it's cold, it's at least dry. The record that we will have to watch for overnight tonight is this 0 degrees set back on December 5th of the year 1926. We're forecasting -2, so it's going to be close. Even if it doesn't reach that, it's going to be mighty cold. So you want the winter coat, the winter hat tomorrow morning as well, some gloves, maybe an extra warm beverage, some extra time to warm up the vehicle as well. We could see wind chills in the double digits, at least the single digits below zero. Futurecast showing us those clearing skies overnight tonight. It won't take long for those temperatures to dip into the single digits, both above and then eventually below zero. And then it looks like tomorrow will only recover into the teens to right around, if not just above 20 degrees with a wind chill factor throughout the entire day before that reinforcing shot of cold air moves in over the weekend. At least by then, it's a little bit warmer. Thomas, back to you.
Don't forget to pack your eyewitness weather forecast.
And 10:18 is now almost the time on your late Thursday evening. I'm meteorologist Jordan Reed, tracking record cold temperatures as we head through the overnight hours. At least we will end the work week, however, on a bright note. Let's take a look at our next weather makers. Temperatures dipping into the negative single digits for many of us tomorrow morning. In fact, some of our hillier terrain could go well below zero, and the wind chills will also be well below zero as well before our next system arrives over the weekend with some snow. And although we will see a brief warm-up, if you want to call it that, we will see a downturn in temperatures as we head towards Sunday and Monday yet again, as another reinforcing shot of cold air heads into the region. Right now, it's pretty quiet in downtown Utica, stark contrast to the snow squalls that we had earlier this afternoon. Under clear skies and calm wind, 6 degrees is that current temperature. That calm wind thanks to an area of high pressure building in from the west. It feels like 6 degrees thanks to that, although there will be a slight breeze overnight tonight. Look at that dew point, however, -6. That's where we would go if we were to have clear skies and calm winds, but there will be a bit of a breeze tonight, so temperatures might not be that cold, although with the wind it'll feel just as cold. Temperatures across the region right now in the single, if not the double digits, above zero, but I do expect that to change over the next couple of hours. Look at Watertown right at zero, same thing over in Old Fort right now. And by comparison, we're anywhere from 15 to 20, even 25, 30 degrees colder than it was this time last night. We had temperatures right around, if not just above the freezing mark for many of us. We're again seeing mainly clear skies out there. Still a couple of flurries hanging around to the south, if not some cloud cover out there. And the reason for that is because we do have high pressure building in from the west, keeping the storm off toward the south at bay. But that's going to bring some snow to the mid-Atlantic, a couple of inches of it in some cases. cases in Washington, D.C., where they're not really prepared to handle it at this time of year. Back here closer to home, we'll be challenging this record of 0 degrees with a forecasted low of -2. Wind chills well below that in the teens and possibly around 20 degrees below zero during the overnight hours. Remember, that's how it feels to expose skin with the combination of the cold as well as the wind. So you'll definitely want the winter coats, gloves, and hats tomorrow morning. Allow some extra time for that car to warm up. Maybe bring some extra hot coffee with you as well. The good news is that we will end the work week on a bright note, as I mentioned. A mix of sun and clouds tomorrow. It's just breezy and cold. Temperatures in the upper 20s to the lower, if not upper teens to the lower and middle 20s. Feeling like the single digits and teens throughout the day. There will be some clouds here and there, but I do expect a lot of sunshine as the day goes on. It just won't feel too warm. Again, only teens and 20s for most of the day, and then we'll make our way to around the freezing mark by the time we hit the weekend. Thomas, back to you.
Jordan, it's no Eyewitness Weather forecast.
Approaching 11:12 on your late Thursday evening, I'm meteorologist Jordan Reed, tracking temperatures that will be in the single digits, both above and below zero overnight tonight, before we get to a bright end to our work week for our Friday. So again, temperatures dipping into the negative single digits for many of us actually by tomorrow morning, especially up in the hill towns where you could get well below zero, and even more so when you factor in that wind as well. I'll talk about that in a second. Before our next storm system arrives over the weekend, a reinforcing a shot of colder air before we see we'll actually see a moderating trend before that, but that arrives with some snow and even colder temperatures as we head into the start of next week. Live look right now at downtown Utica, where we're seeing dry roads and clear skies, certainly a stark contrast to the way things were earlier today with those lake effect snow showers and snow squalls. 4 degrees under clear skies in downtown Utica. That's 4 above zero. I expect that to go below zero over the next couple of hours thanks to the clear skies and calm winds, thanks to high pressure. And it feels like for our dew point, however, is -5. And that's how cold the temperatures could go if there were no winds and the clear skies. I do expect there to be a bit of a breeze, so we'll be a little bit warmer than that if you want to call it that, but not so much in Old Forge. -7 is the temperature right now. The rest of us are above zero in the single digits, however, not far from it, and I expect that to change over the next couple of hours. We have mainly calm winds up toward the north, down toward the south and east, though we've got breezes of around 3 to 5 miles an hour out of the north, and that's making it feel a little bit colder. Look at Old Forge right now. It feels like -13 with a little to no wind there. However, by stark contrast, Hamilton feels like 10 right now. So that's almost a 30-degree temperature differential between those two locations, and certainly a lot chillier than it was last night when it was around the freezing mark. We do have a few high, thin clouds down toward the southwest right now, but that's not preventing the temperatures from dropping back. The reason for that is because we do have high pressure setting in from Canada, so it's cold high pressure, but at least it's our fair weather friend keeping things dry through the end of the work week. This record of 0 degrees from 1926, almost 99 years old, will be at risk tonight with the forecasted low of -2 and the wind chill. Remember, that's the combination of the cold and the wind to expose skin. Could feel like 10 to 20 degrees below zero in some cases. You'll definitely want the winter coats, gloves, and hats when you step out the door tomorrow morning. Allow for that extra time for the car to warm up. Maybe grab an extra hot coffee on the way outside as well. At least there will be a lot of sunshine, a few clouds here and there. After starting the day in the single digits, we'll make our way into the lower and middle 20s, maybe the upper teens, but feeling like the teens throughout the entire day. So starting the day on either side of zero around 7 a.m. and then making our way into the teens and 20s as we head throughout the day. A few increase in clouds late in the day, but there will be a southeasterly breeze, and that'll allow temperatures to warm up to around the freezing mark by the weekend, which is still below average, but it does come with some snow shower chances. Thomas, back to you.
Thank you, Jordan. When we come back, the